Yes, Delilah Mohammed and Sarah McLaughlin. It was
She
two
brings the
hundredth of a
analysis
second.
into.
I will bring it.
Oh,
Oh,
you are still debating.
you
Okay.
will give me my time.
All right.
Every victory. Why didn't you put the story about Sunday Dare launching investigation?
I don't talk to people like that.
No, I don't like that. We need to talk about that. It's even bigger than Messi's news.
Not remotely.
Good morning to you and welcome to Smooth's Breakfast. That's if you just joined, but if you've been listening, you're our MVP. Thank you so much.
Good morning. Thank you very much indeed.
My name is Valentine Ohu.
I am Ayo Myro Essay.
And we have Tega, not Jaife, Tega Supreme. Hi,
And
Tega.
this is the locker room.
Yes,
Use my show to hype all the breakfast. You didn't hype locker room. But we take it back.
We've been talking about the locker room.
Good morning, everybody. What was that thing you were saying about Sunday Diary and investigation?
Oh yes, I was going to say that I don't see it in our stories, and I'm very disappointed. I have to say.
So apparently,
how can a Valentine? How can a sports journalist of distinguished repute not have that sort of story as our headline story?
That's why I'm of distinguishable repute.
So I'm going to tell you what happened, just for the benefit of others who are interested. Sunday Diary set up a panel to investigate the circumstances surrounding the disqualification of 10 Nigerian athletes. Here's the English he spoke. I have ordered a full investigation that will not only uncover what happened, but will also recommend a process where such lapses can never occur in the future and initiate leveraging compliance monitoring technology to guardrail this.
I don't understand. So this is you see why I said I don't pick this kind of
like to
stories.
speak too much English,
because basically this was said alongside the Chukwuebuka was washing his jersey to disgrace us. It's not like he was washing his jersey so that it could be clean for his finals, which he qualified for. But he was washing it because he just thought, if I wash this jersey, Nigeria will be disgraced. That's what the minister said. So, which is why I don't take this kind of story seriously. There's no, you don't have to set up a committee to do this. Once you register an athlete and send the name to WADA, your job is done. That's all you needed to do. But because we don't develop our own, and as soon as somebody runs faster in Bahrain, and she says, I want to come for Nigeria, we just put her name there without all. And this wouldn't have happened anyway if they didn't have the two factions. It's because they're fighting for power and not focusing on the athletes. That's why they forgot this. It hasn't happened before.
Politics.
Yeah. So again, which is why I don't even pay any mind to the story. Number one, committee to do what? What is he investigating? We all know the problem. He knows the problem. He knows the solution. He knows why it will not happen again.
Perhaps there's a technology that they will import.
Yeah, the committee has a critical
that
thinking.
can gather in.
Yeah.
Which can they say technology? Don't let him sell you anything. It's just email that they use. It's email.
Email is technology.
That's it. They're not discovering any new technology. They're sending email. They send an email to an email address. The email address looks at the names, responds, and tells the athlete that you've been registered on the anti-doping list for Nigeria. And then the athlete will now respond to that email by sending where there will be 75% of the time, because these tests are random, so that they can shop at your door anytime. And that's it. It's email. There's no technology.
Before Tega underscores the value of email, or rather, disparages the value of email, our email technology system has breakfast for what's that? What language now? We're doing it's not genome analysis, forensic analysis of your breakfast at smooth91.fm. So there are other ways to send messages.
You can send your message 0809 444. She has bamboozled me with her English. 0809 444 0981 is our WhatsApp number.
Yes, please. You can, as you're watching on YouTube, you can leave a comment as well.
All right. So Rafael Nadal has withdrawn from the Canadian Open with an ongoing foot injury less than 3 weeks before the US Open begins. Nadal played in Washington on 5 and 6 August, but now says he'll return to Mallorca to try and be better again. I've had this issue for a couple of months, he said. It's not a happy situation. The most important thing is to enjoy playing tennis. With this pain, I am not able to enjoy playing.
Agbatide. That's all I can say. It has come.
Wow.
The thing that you can struggle against from, but will never stop coming. Time has come, and it has caught up with Rafa Nadal. These injuries are just what happens when you start getting older. And I mean, he's struggling with it. He came back in I think he came back in for DC, and then he lost to Lloyd Harris. Um, Biggest win for Harris, but shocking loss for Rafa Nadal. And reassessment was that he wasn't moving properly. And I always often say this: if the footwork is gone, your tennis is literally gone. Once, and that's just it. So he's struggling. He has to take his time to heal and come back. And the problem now is the older you get, the longer it takes to heal. If you think I'm lying, ask Roger, who turned 40 on the 8th of August. So Roger had pretty much an injury-free career. Then he turned 35. And first it was back injury. Then it was the knees. Then it was surgery. Now he's 40 and he's still recovering from the surgery. That's just what happens when your body breaks down. Also, Novak Djokovic is also taking a break, and he'll be back in for the US Open, which is in 3 weeks' time.
Yeah.
So yeah, these guys are getting older, and the body has started to tell. This is just normal. It's not that he did anything wrong, but this will happen. So we are looking at some retirements very soon. Also, Serena Williams, she still hasn't recovered from that leg injury. Like I said, the older you get, the longer it takes to recover. Yes, it is hard. It is tough. We are going to be crying soon on locker room.
Oh no.
Yeah, because I think they're just going to all retire back to back.
Can you imagine?
It's just like,
new crop.
and Roger is gone.
I know. No,
And then on Wednesday,
Yeah.
Serena is gone. And then on Friday, Nadal is gone. That's how we are going to do it.
and then on
So.
Saturday, Naomi Osaka. Oh,
Yeah, Naomi Osaka is well, we don't know her case.
Anyway,
But let's just we don't know what.
So the
see,
Dominic Teams and the
Dominic Thiem is also
Djokovic.
struggling with his injury. So the people that we're looking up to coming up next or coming through next are the Sasha Zverevs, the Stefano Tsitsipas, Daniel Medvedev, who played last night in the Rogers 1000 Masters and managed to win his match. Again, the heat was making him wilt, but he survived that. So those are the names that we are looking to come through now and try to get some results. I think with the way that Zverev and Tsitsipas and Medvedev are going, those are the names I'm calling because those are the names that I've looked to push despite the big three. The other ones may come through when the big three are not there, but these ones, despite the big three, they're just sticking their head up. Bar Dominic Thiem, who won the US Open last year, but has struggled all season with injuries. So again, and there's other distractions in his life too. His social life has gotten a little more colorful. So I don't know which is which comes first, if it's the injuries or the social life, but he's clearly not able to be on tour and not as consistent as he would have been prior seasons.
colorful choice of words. Now, Lionel Messi is set to be officially unveiled as a Paris Saint-Germain player today, Wednesday, after arriving in the French capital to a hero's welcome and undergoing a medical. Now, PSG made no official announcement regarding Messi's signing, but did call a press conference for 11 a.m. local time today, at which Argentinian superstar will be presented to the world media. There, he was greeted by hundreds of PSG supporters who had gathered, hoping to catch a glimpse of their new signing. Those fans also gathered outside the club's Parc des Princes Stadium and outside a plush hotel in the city where Messi, alongside his wife Antonella, and their 3 children are expected to be staying.
Well, really tough day. I'd say Messi may have expected the life, but I'm wondering those little boys just seeing the cameras follow them all the way from Spain. Like there were cameramen waiting outside Messi's house. When he left his house, they showed us the video how they drove out, the cars they drove out in. By the time they got to the airport, there were cameramen still waiting there, showing us exactly how they came in what order, what Messi did. There people shouting Leo one last time, and then all the way to when he arrived in France, and people and the hundreds of people that just flooded the streets and his hotel, because now they know where he's staying. And they flooded his hotel, and he came out on the balcony to be greeting them. He pulled that kind of thing. You don't do that. It's a lot of work for those little boys. The parents, yes, the adults, they're ready for it. The children, Not entirely sure. Because I'm sure they know that. I mean, the older ones know who their father is, but that, especially that little boy that is just prancing around, he doesn't really understand what's going on. But it was a huge, massive welcome for him, and PSG has said they are not officially revealed him to the world, but the video that they put out anticipating his arrival before he officially signed the document, that video had 4.1 million views in under 10 minutes.
And that's just warm up.
That's just warm
I'm
up.
about to go and add to that 4.1.
It's not 4.1 now.
Of
It was
course.
4.1 10 minutes after it was
Isn't
released.
that prophetic? I mean, well, it's not prophetic because it's already been announced that well, 41 million a year that he's going to be earning.
With add-ons, by the time they move everything, he'll probably have less, but
I
he'll
know.
still be about 1 million euros a week, which is
how
what
much
he
do
should
you
be
earn a
earning.
year?
No, but he has 6 Ballon d'Ors. He's the greatest footballer of all
Okay.
time, arguably.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
I mean. In a world that Jack Grealish costs
Only
100
100
million
million,
pounds, a world that Antoine Griezmann is collecting 630,000 euros a week.
Yeah.
Lionel Messi should be collecting 2 million euros. But
How
I'm sorry.
How do you call all these songs with a straight face?
I'm sorry.
Please, I want to be in
Look,
this
I know I'm in
industry.
Arsene Wenger's league, but they are the ones that raise this money. I mean, when I look at the money, me give Antoine Griezmann 660,000 euros a week just so that he can be hopping around the pitch. You must be joking.
So who's the highest paid player at the moment?
It has to be Cristiano Ronaldo.
How much
Yeah.
is it?
I don't know precisely. Off the top of my head, I can't say precisely, but he is the highest paid. And then Messi, of course, in that order. Of course, it will not be one English guy or one random guy. Sorry, I
But
use
at this time, though,
Oh,
Cristiano
wow.
Ronaldo's salary is 31 million euros a year.
yeah. So Messi should now be higher.
Higher, for
It used to be Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yes, now.
So Messi's will be higher because it's 30. I think it's 30. It comes to 38 or 35 by the time
They
you
take
strip
it.
off all the drama.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm excited because, of course, I'm a Messi fan. I think he's the GOAT.
Wait.
Ronaldo fans should be for me, but Messi for me.
I up
He's the
it.
guy.
You've locked at you finish that, you lock that tweet. Only people that you tagged can reply. So, but yeah, that's what it is. But it's a huge deal. So for me, the lineup would be is the role that he'll have to take. He's taking number 30. I'm going to wait to hear what he has to say. He looked happy to be in Paris, but I was so certain. I mean, his entire life or his
Yeah.
entire adult life has been in Spain, and so moving, I don't think he'll hit him now. Now he's on
Yeah,
the
yeah,
adrenaline
yeah,
high.
yeah.
I think when everything settles is when the reality will set in, and also when he starts playing, because he'll have to change his role. There's so many goal scorers in PSG. I don't think his goal tally would be
Yeah.
the same as it was in Barcelona, regardless of the fact people say this is a farmers league. I think it will be more of the assists and more of the facilitation. So he'd drop back really into that midfield
Yeah.
role that he prefers anyway, that he likes. But is a supply that he'd be giving Mbappe, Neymar, Angel Di Maria, maybe Mario Icardi if he finds 1 or 2 minutes to play. Those are the kind of those are the things that will change about his career. But wait to see the numbers
Yeah.
when the season
Oh,
starts.
nice.
I think it's going to be such a fantastic season. My eyes are going to be on the Ligue 1
I think I'm
now.
a PSG fan now.
Yeah, I saw. By the way, talking about famous, so Nathaniel Bassi is known to be such a staunch Barcelona and Messi fan.
He's
So he
moved.
put up on his status yesterday. That's how Messi dragged me to PSG. Alright, let's move on to the next story. Chelsea manager Thomas Tuchel said he understood striker Tammy Abraham's frustration over his lack of playing time last season and took some responsibility for it.
Yeah, huge one. So and to make matters worse, Romelu Lukaku is on his way to Chelsea, if we are to believe all the reports that have been going on. So he's on his way to Chelsea, which means that if Tammy Abraham had 2 minutes before, he doesn't even have jogging time now. There's no hope. No hope, no soap. So he's out. Which is why there were talks about him yesterday moving to Roma, like Jose Mourinho asking for him and Chelsea willing to transfer him to Roma to play for the season. It makes sense because if you bring Romelu Lukaku into the mix, in a team that Tammy Abraham wasn't even smelling game time, it'd be hard to see that there's any game time. So it's easy for him to say this now because there've probably been offers. So he'll come out and say, "Yes, I'm guilty. Yes, I'm the one that did it. Okay, goodbye and God bless." They always do this thing. People find it easier to apologize than to ask permission, and that's what he's doing. So he's sending him off with all this high praise. The same way Pep Guardiola sent Aguero off with high praise too. That's what they always say. He's irreplaceable, but bye. And that's what they do. But it's a tough ask for Tammy Abraham. He really did deliver on the team when he first came. He scored a few important goals. So I won't say he was a bad player, but yes, when you have the choice of Romelu Lukaku, given what he did last season in Inter Milan, it looks a better. It looks an upgrade from Tammy Abraham. Really tough one for him. But tonight is the night, and this is where we open the phone lines when we come back from the break. What is going to be the scoreline in the Super Cup? Is Chelsea versus Villarreal in the UEFA Super Cup. So I want scorelines, I want predictions, I want analysis. Given all that has happened, we've not heard anything from Villarreal, so they are pretty much playing the same team that they had last season.
Exactly. Yeah.
Meanwhile, Chelsea has done some moves in the market, and looking at the way, going by the way they won the Champions League, they look like the more likely team to win. So let's talk.
So
The phone lines are
Villarreal
open.
versus who?
Chelsea.
Chelsea.
Chelsea, okay.
The phone lines are open. UEFA Super Cup tonight. Chelsea versus Villarreal. Who takes it?
All right.
Let's go on this break. When we come back, the phone lines will be officially open.
Yo, please. I'm boss, and you're listening to Smooth Breakfast.
So yeah, it's really a tough ask for Sammy. But I think he's going. That's why he's saying it's my fault. If he was not going, he would have. If he says it's my fault, then he's forced to play him.
Oh,
Yeah. Then he's
Papa is doing well.
now he's going to have to now because if he says it's my fault, he's not playing. That he's done everything.
okay,
He's trained
so
well.
why,
He's
yeah?
ready. Then if he stays, that means you must play him.
okay.
So that's a big deal.
Nice one. That means you're following the beat.
Stay protected from personal baggage or
Oh,
body loss,
boy.
accident or trip cancellation, medical assistance, and lots more. The Leadway Travel Plan is now with COVID-19 cover, so you can.
But Messi is going to get that money for 2 years.
Yeah.
That's a good pension plan.
Not bad at all.
Not remotely bad.
Or email lcs@leadway.com. Leadway since 1970.
That girl must be using something. Hey, Barry.
But Ajala didn't like to travel in the book. He just had to travel.
They just made it.
I've actually never read that book.
Ajala the traveler.
I'd like to read it.
The jelly. Yeah, similar. The one that was most common is Easy Goes to School.
Antibacterial zinc, ABZ, which gives you 3 times more freshness,
But it's fine.
3 times more protection, better than your regular toothpaste. Now you know that ABZ.
Ah, we used to read though. In those days. I don't know if the same culture is existing.
We read. We just read online.
Yeah.
Yes, too.
You close up
We read online on short articles,
No.
not books. And nobody got time
read
for
Yeah,
that.
second class.
You don't count. We're talking Gen Z now.
You're tuned in and listening to Smooth Breakfast with Ayomairo Essay.
And Valentine Ohu.
On the segment Locker Room 981 with Tega Supreme, the amazing Tega Nojaife.
Or the book reading session. Whichever one you please.
The phone line is open 0144899981. Let us know what you think will be the scoreline in the UEFA Super Cup between Villarreal and Chelsea.
All right, before we move on to our next story, let's take some comments. So earlier on from Valentine's comment, he says, Noni says she's laughing, or he or she's laughing. That's sorry, but the minister isn't serious. It seems every Olympics there's some drama. He's just part of the problem, but won't resign. We're not serious, and sadly, it's the athletes that suffer.
Oh, Celeste says the only advice I have for Messi as he moves to Paris, Messi should beware of Icardi. Guard your wife with all diligence.
That's good advice. Gentle Six from Papa says, I'm so happy Messi is now at PSG. Wahala don't start this season.
And then Ridwan says, Hola amigos, ¿cómo estás? Ridwan, he says, although I'm a Barca fan, I'm quite happy that Messi is joining PSG. He should spend the last few years in a football club where he wouldn't be handed the sole responsibility of carrying the club like he did at Barca since 2017. Villarreal should do normal and let us start this banter business quickly.
And Chidoze says, seeing Messi pose with the PSG jersey yesterday, one could tell from the expression on his face how ecstatic he feels holding a new club shirt. Something he has never done before. Okay, well, for new things.
Well, so for this, excuse me, Icardi story, I've been hearing it all week. It was Icardi's wife that was the one allegedly allegedly sleeping with other people. It's not like Icardi was the one. So I don't understand why people are sharing this story about guard your wives against Icardi. It's not Icardi that was the problem. It's
They
his
know
wife.
something that we don't
We
know.
don't
No,
know.
no,
Who
no.
knows?
Should I talk?
No,
Yes,
no.
talk. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Yes.
Okay.
Allegedly, the problem that made Icardi to leave is that um Icardi's wife was, let's use a morning show word, was dating his teammate Brozovic. Allegedly. And Icardi's wife also happened to be engaged to a previous Argentine footballer who was in Italy at the time. And so when Icardi moved to Italy, that previous footballer and he and his wife welcomed Icardi. It was in the welcoming that there was a transference of emotion,
Oh.
which led to the marriage between Icardi and his wife. So when people are saying guard your wives against Icardi, that's not. You're supposed to protect your husbands from the Icardi's
From
wife.
the Icardi's wife.
So let's not get the story twisted.
So
Icardi was
Antonella-
not the yeah.
So Messi should be worried about Antonella, or no, not
No,
Antonella.
Antonella
sorry.
should be worried about Messi because it seems that woman has a taste for Argentine
All right.
Interesting.
flavor.
Let's move on. Eriksen sends message of support to girl ahead of heart's operation. Denmark midfielder Christian Eriksen has recorded a touching video to reassure a 9-year-old girl who is due to undergo the same operation he had after collapsing while playing at Euro 20.
Yeah. So just to give you new updates about Eriksen,
Yeah.
so he's back at Inter Milan. Unfortunately, even if he's been able to train and do some warm-ups, he cannot play in Italy because he has a pacemaker in his heart. He has to take out the pacemaker before Italy will allow him to play. It's not rules across all football. Like I said, Daley Blind, that used to play at Manchester United, now playing at Ajax, has a pacemaker, and he still plays his football.
Really?
Yeah, he had one or two scary incidents where the thing just went off,
That's amazing.
and they had to carry him off the pitch. But I apparently in Holland they allow it. There are places that is allowed, but in Italy it's not. So in order for him, and I don't know why that is still a rule, because I think it falls under the, is it the health? Was it the health and the safety rule now? But if the doctors clear it as okay and it's good, I think a player should be allowed to play his football. But they don't allow it in Italy though. So he's training for nothing. Because I don't think, if I were the one, if I married to Ericsson, he's not taking it out. Because the cry that his wife may have cried on that day, it's not happening. He's not taking it out. I mean, if he wants to play, really, again, you can't stop people from doing these things, because some of these people, this is all they've known their lives, which is why sometimes when they retire, you hear of the depression and everything that comes in. This is all they've known their lives. So week in, week out, playing football, traveling here and there, and then they have to slow down to a nothing
Let him
life.
coach a five-a-side league
It's not the same
or
thing.
coach little league.
It's not the same thing.
No,
So I would say this, it's not allowed, so I don't know that he can play, but he's back to training.
It has something to do with compliance issues with
Yeah.
the European
Yeah.
regulations. So.
But it's not, again, that's why I say it's not all of Europe, because the Dutch, they allow it clearly. And I think they allow it in Spain, but not in Italy.
All right, Spain's Real Madrid will launch civil and criminal lawsuits against La Liga president Javier Tebas and CVC Capital Partners chief Javier Dogem Gugliaro over their proposed 2.7 billion euro deal. The club revealed this on Tuesday. Now, Real Madrid also said it would pursue legal action to block approval of the planned deal, which is to be voted on by La Liga members.
Okay, so this is that CVC deal I was talking about, that if Juan Laporta had agreed, then they would have been able to keep Messi. So this is that was part of the shakedown that that Tebas is. No, it's a logical shakedown. Tebas is just saying, if 2.7 billion comes, 90% of that money goes to the clubs. And if 90% of that money goes to the clubs, it means you have an increase in revenue, which means you can now, your wages will not be more than 95% of your earnings. Which means you can sign Messi. So everything led to everything, And Laporta was saying, no, that's just mortgaging the club. It's taking a one-off payment that will have consequences for the next few years. And then we can't even get more money outside this, should we decide to go ahead with ESL. So he had to make that choice. But yes, it's not the only one that disapproves of it. It's the big clubs that disapprove of it. So Barcelona, and clearly Fiorentino Perez of Real Madrid. I do not know about Atletico Madrid, but those are the teams because again, the CVC deal also gives CVC 10% of the television rights of La Liga to CVC. So 10% of the television rights of the La Liga goes to CVC should they sign this deal. Now, the biggest people that bring in the viewership of TV, Real Madrid and Barcelona. Because it's assumed, if as long as you're not Tiger, that people don't go to watch La Liga to watch Celta Vigo play against Deportivo La Coruña. Well, they are no longer there, but do you understand? So if you're not Tiger, if you're Tiger, you watch everything. you watch Iba, you watch Levante, you watch every single one of them without the big teams. But if you're not Tiger, then you probably only watch out for Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid, and Barcelona. So those are the people that actually bring in the views. And they're saying, why should CVC? So they have more of the say in the matter, which is why when they decided to do equal sharing of the TV across the broadcast, it had to be those two clubs that said yes.
Yeah.
Because they were getting the bigger share of the money. And so that's a huge deal, and that's why they're trying to sue. I don't know if it will work, but again, they're going to do all they can. What I think at the end of the day is that the way this ESL league is going, if the money is big enough, I'm thinking that these ESL clubs are ready to sacrifice one major competition for ESL.
ESL, European Super League.
Yes.
Yeah.
So ESL, yeah, is European Super League. That's Super League that they wanted to start. I'm guessing that if push comes to shove, that Perez and Laporta and any other person may determine that we're going to shove one major competition for this. And if they can shove La Liga aside, yeah, and just compete in UEFA Champions
Yeah.
League,
Yeah.
they'll be fine.
All right, Emeka from Amuwo says, you see that front three of PSG, to be like having Thanos, Thor, and Iron Man as your attack trio. I feel sorry for all the keepers and defenders in that French league.
They're literally shaking in their boots. Iman from Lagos says, now that Messi has left Barca, Griezmann, Coutinho, Dembele must earn all their money back. All that money back. Barca still have a decent team if the coach has sense. Villarreal to win penalties after a score draw. The UCL is coming back to Spain. Iman from Lagos.
All right, Manchester United ended last season with disappointment on the field and uprising among their support of it. But the rancor has dissipated as two major signings have allowed the Red Devils to look ahead to the new campaign with renewed confidence. Jadon Sancho's arrival at Old Trafford from Borussia Dortmund was a drawn-out saga 2 years ago in the making, but United moved quickly to secure Rafael Varane from Real Madrid.
Yeah, so Solskjaer came out to say that they did business early. They just wanted to form the team early, have that team, and then practice with that team and present. Unfortunately, it's not going to happen exactly like they said it would, but the big buys have come in time. For Manchester United to start the season with them. Defensively, it means they've been able to show up just a little bit more. And then offensively, they've been able to add some excitement to the attack. Now, here's the thing for me about Jadon Sancho. He's not a proven goal scorer. Yes, he scores. Yes, he's exciting, but he's no Luis Suarez. He's not the guy that you say, okay, that guy is going to give me 30 goals a season. That's not the guy you look at. That's the guy that's still growing in his career, and he's come here for big money to grow again. That's not right. You don't pay full money for a seed. You pay full money for the plant.
Actually.
So I don't know why we are here. So it's a really tough ask, but what he says is that's what he needed. So we'll see how he performs to what he needed. I don't think Manchester United had a really poor season last season, especially the first half. I think it was the last few weeks of the first season that things started crumbling down. Middle of the season they kind of picked up, but towards the end of the season it died down again. So maybe he's going to look for a way to get some consistency out of the team. So let's see how it goes.
Let's see how it goes. Have a call. Let's take it. Good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from? Hello, Jonathan. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, Chelsea versus Villarreal.
Yep.
You're going to have the normal Spanish, trying to hold on to the midfield and do a counter. But for me, it will be disgraced by the English boys. It's a straight 3-0 for Chelsea. Chelsea will win.
3-0 for Chelsea.
3-0.
That's
That's very deep.
And on that note,
On that note, to say thank you very much to everyone who's called in. I look forward to hearing the score line or what it's going to be tonight. But I have a very important question. It's giving me sleepless nights.
What's that?
What team am I going to support this season?
Ayo, good night.
I think you support PSG. Just give
No.
your heart
I'm
a rest.
English, please. Only in English.
Oh, English Premier League. Okay. Go to Man City.
No.
Why?
I told you they're too close to Man U.
Leicester.
No. They've not proven themselves.
What will a club, an English club, do to get your support?
Win.
Apparent enough. Stay with us on Smooth Breakfast. But in the meantime, always follow Tega's conversation on online, right? Follow her at Tega Supreme. And you can follow her work with the Ladies in Sport at International. Visit the website www.ladiesinsport.com.
Sporting World never loses its action.